playing with my Reiki mirror for those of you watching the replay. It's like blinding. So you can get it really light, just so you know. Really, really bright. And you can choose to have it not so bright. I think that's the lowest setting. I think I'm going to go with maybe that one. I think that one's okay. All right. Hi, Rhonda. Good morning. Good morning. I am cleaning my brushes, getting ready for another look. You must be up getting Katie ready for school. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start. And I am going to start today with my brows, because yesterday I forgot to do them. So I'm going to take my brow tamer, that's what it's called, my brow tamer. And I am going to just kind of brush up my brows real quick. You're funny. You don't have the Dream On palette though, right? You can still do the same look with the colors you have. You just choose like similar shades, whether it be lights or darks or whatever it's going to be. Okay, so today I'm going to take my brow tamer like I showed you, and so after I use the brush to brush them, I'm going to take this end and I'm going to put them in the darker color for me. Rhonda, if it was you, you'd use the lighter color right here, because I'm trying to use all Lottie's Dream On palette again. So I'm going to use the darker brown color, because once I dyed my hair the reddish color, it really looked, I needed something darker. And then Rhonda, if the light one isn't quite enough for you, you could add a little bit of the dark, but you'd want to be careful because your hair is lighter. You don't have the brow tamer? Oh my goodness. I think I have one here from some of the holiday sets I had to have on cash and carry, because it was so popular over Christmas that we ran out. So we're waiting for it to come back in. What are you using for your brows right now, Rhonda? Good morning, Tracy. So if you can see with the brow tamer, I'm just using shadow, and I am filling in. We all have to tame our brows. I'm just filling in the color in my brows. That's it. Just filling it in with the shadow. And the thing I love about using shadow is that if you feel you got too much, it is really, really easy to lighten the color by just using the brow tamer and the brush end. So that's what I like about the brow tamer brush. So I'm just going to finish this up. And if you notice, I go along the bottom edge for the most part, and then I make sure to kind of do the... You don't know your brushes. Awesome. Well, sometimes I forget the names of them, and that's okay. And sometimes I just use them for whatever I want because they're my brushes. That's the great thing about having brushes. So this one is the brow tamer, and I actually remember it, so I'm super proud of myself. But sometimes I just forget. Does that ever happen to you too, Tracy? Even if you know? Rhonda, what do you mean what brush? I'm not sure I understand the question. Oh, okay. So is it like this, but without the taming end on it? So like that shape? It is, what that one would be with like a light, would be like a liner brush. That might be what you have. Okay. I think that the forgetting the names happens to all of us. For me, I think it's happening as I get older. Oh, the other brush. Okay, yes. What you use for your brows. So if it doesn't have the taming end, that's okay. The great thing about the taming end with the brush is that it can, did you notice how when I pushed up, the hairs went up like this, and so that I just took the top and kind of smoothed them out. So it helps you just get your hairs going in the direction you want. Yeah, yeah. We also have the bent liner brush for the liner as well, but there is one that looks just like this, and it's great for liner. And you can use it for your brows. There's nothing wrong with using it for your brows. Remember, I just said I do whatever I want with whatever I want. That's why. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the crystal. I was watching one of Kendra's videos yesterday. She's one of my leaders, and she talked about being careful with this crystal color, this shimmery color, if we're older, because it can draw too much attention to the lines. And that's true. I haven't found it to be the case right now with mine, but it is something to keep in mind if you have a lot of lines. I like the liner brush too, Rhonda. So I'm going to go ahead and do that crystal again, but as I stated right now, Kendra gave me a good reminder that if you feel that the shimmer is drawing too much attention to age, then you could use just any light color. I'm just using the Dream On palette because, well, that's what I'm using today to show you the whole look, is the Dream On palette. I'll do this palette probably this week and then switch to something else. Just trying to show the versatility of this one because it can do so much. All right, so I've got that base color on, and I use that large shadow brush again. Okay, so now I'm going to take the pointed blender, if I can find it. There it is. This time, instead of the lighter brown, I'm going to go with the gray. And this is another shimmery color, so I have used it very nicely on people who are a little bit, have a few more lines on their eyes, but you do want to be careful and pay attention. If you don't like the look, guess what? It's not tattooed, and you can start over. So I'm going to go above the crease again. That's why I keep my eye open when I do this, because it's easy to make sure I'm going above the crease, and then that ensures you'll be able to see the color when my eye's open. Because remember, I have a hooded eye. Hooded eye is this, where you can't see a lot of the eye when it's open. It's called a hood. I learned that from a Wayne Goss video about 1.5 years ago. Because remember, I didn't wear makeup till I discovered Limelight, and so I started doing this by watching those videos and discovered, hey, this is fun, I can do this. So I'm going light. I'm trying not to put as much as I would have put of that light brown one, because I don't want this silvery shimmer, gray shimmer, to be too dark so that I look crazy, if that makes sense. Tracy, do you have the Dream On palette? All right, so if you can see that, I have that gray color on. It's very shimmery in the real light, but I can tame it down a little bit in a minute. One thing I do to tame down under the arch if I feel like I get too much shimmer is I just take my finger and kind of trace that, because I don't necessarily want all the shimmer gone, but it's going to get rid of kind of some of the excess. Excuse me. I'm still recovering from my cold, guys, so I apologize. All right, so now I'm going to take this one again, but I'm going to actually use another large shadow brush, and I'm going to spray the 10 Years Younger spray on it to help kind of, so 10 Years Younger spray. Remember, I already added before the video some concealer and primer and such for the eyes. So, hi Nelda, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to use that burnt color again. It's that orangish reddish color, and I sprayed that 10 years younger to, it'll do two things. One, it's going to prevent some of the fall off, even though I do my eyes before my foundation to prevent it. Yes, Rhonda, I remember making the custom palette for you. So we could do one. If you send me a picture of the colors you have, I can try to match that and create that for you as well. A video like with that one. But I'm going to use this burnt, and I sprayed the brush to deepen the color in my eye. You can see how much darker that is from yesterday, and to prevent fall off. I have this big mirror in front of me, but I keep trying to do my makeup with the camera instead of the mirror. I don't know what's wrong with me. See, I love this burnt orange. This is what I use. This burnt orange is also what I use for my blush. Remember I said I can do my whole face with this palette? So I do use this as my blush. So you can see that really nice color. I'm going to get a little bit more just to make sure I have a really good deep color, because I want some color this morning. Okay. So I'm going to put that down. I'm not going to use this brush again for anything else. Sometimes I do use the brushes for two colors, but that's going to be too much for this one. So I'm going to go back to my other large shadow brush that I showed you, and now I'm going to blend the crease for those two colors, because I don't want there to be a line. I don't want it to be dramatic. I want it to be a subtle shift from shade to shade. Blending is the key, as Rhonda and I were talking about yesterday. Blending is the key. Okay, so I'm going to take, I have a little bit too much shimmer above the eye. Yes, you can use the 10 years younger has a lot of different looks. You can use it for your eyelids, you can use it for your eyeliner. You definitely can use it to set your makeup. When I use it to set my makeup doesn't move all day. So what I'm going to do to kind of draw the attention to my brows, and also to kind of get rid of some of that shimmer under my brow, kind of tone it down a little bit, I'm going to take concealer and I'm just going to draw a line. So you see the difference with this one versus this one. Rhonda. Mind blown. It's amazing the things you can do with all of your products. That's why I'm going to have fun doing more of these videos, because we don't realize how many tools we truly have in our toolbox with just the products that we already have. And then it saves you money if you buy fewer products, and then, or you can replace them one at a time and use the things you have for the multiple uses. So, all right, so then I've got that, and I drew the attention to my brows, and I'm going to go, just because honestly sometimes you get a look on and you're not quite 100% fond, so I'm going to add in some of this gold shimmer right here, and I think I need a little bit more of a transition color between the silver to my brow. So I'm going to go back over that silver with the gold just a little bit, and I can still see the silver in my eyes if you look. Not sure if you can. I'll try to take a picture later when the sun's out, because the sun is not out here. And that kind of gives a little bit better mix of the colors. Just blends a little bit nicer. And sometimes this is about what your eyes perceive. There can be funky looks and, you know, artistic looks that to me look kind of funky. We all have our different preferences, and you can do it. Colors do I recommend for medium dark skin? So you can use a lot of different colors for medium dark skin. One thing to think about is using the setting spray for some of those colors, because the lighter colors won't show up as much. But if you use the setting spray, so for example, I was going to do my liner, some smoky liner, but let me get this brush. I'm just going to get the bent shadow brush, the angled shadow brush, and I'm going to spray some of the 10 years on it so I can show you what I mean, Tracy. Because this is a great palette for darker tones, because you've got some really dark, even medium dark. You've got this great burnt orange that brings the color out, So it looks a little bit different on those tones than me. It looks much brighter, but if you use it with the setting spray, you're going to still get this pop, this bright pop of color with it. So what I'm going to do right now is show you with the crystal, because I need to open the inside of my eye up a little bit again, and so I spray the setting spray, and if you notice, you can see it really clearly right now. You couldn't see it as much when I first put it on, but you can see that pop of shimmer, and it's really dark. So even on a medium skin tone, when you use the 10 years younger setting spray, it's going to give you that deeper color even in some of these lighter ones. So especially for a highlight, this is a great highlight color for the darker tones. You just would want to mix it with some must-do maybe for your cheeks and some setting spray for any part of your eye that you want to pop like that. I'm also going to kind of add just a little bit right there. Did that answer your question, Tracy? What I can also do is maybe this weekend get together and do a video with a friend with a little bit darker skin tone than I am, because I wear a Shinto 1, so it is a yellowish undertone, but it's still fairly light. But I can definitely do some Shinto 2s. Do you already wear the Limelight foundation, Tracy? You do, right? So if you do, if you want to share what color you wear, and then I can make sure to create a video like that. All right, so I think I like that. That is my eye look for today. I don't know if you can see it. I'll take a picture. Okay, awesome, Tracy. Yes. So what color, if you want it, you can comment here or message me. That way I know what color what your skin tone is exactly. I think it looks like you're Shinto 2, but the picture is really tiny on here. Little bitty picture. So I'll try to go look at your profile too and verify that, and try to create a video this weekend with some darker skin tones. But that is basically my eye look, and I will try to take a picture. I'm still figuring out my Ricky mirror, guys, so if I'm making you look up my nose, I'm really sorry. I don't want you looking at my nose. I just have to figure out how to get this thing to work for me. So if you have any tips out there, you feel free to message me or comment, because I have to learn those tips still. That's it. I'll take a picture. I'll upload it to the thread later so you can see the actual look. I just need to wait for the sun to come up. You can catch me tomorrow. I'm going to try to come up with another look, but I may switch to the Dazzle palette and go for some bright color tomorrow just to have fun. If you guys want some bright color with fun, you comment here and let me know. All right. Thanks, Tracy. Thanks, Rhonda. Thanks, Nelda. You guys have a great day, okay? All right. Thanks. Bye-bye.